This is Freedom Global News.
Niger State Governor allegedly takes over All Progressive Party as acting chairman. Federal government inaugurates committee to renegotiate ASU agreement. 5 people dead while excavating sand in Kanu. And on the foreign scene, Russia snubs United Nations court hearing in case brought by Ukraine.
This is Freedom Global News.
Coronavirus is real and deadly. Do not be confused. Get vaccinated against the virus immediately at the nearest vaccination center. This message is brought to you by the United Nations Children Educational Fund, UNICEF. Good evening. You're listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Zahra Zannah. Today is the 7th of March, 2022, and now the news in full. Governor Sani Bello of Niger State has allegedly taken over control of the All Progressive Congress, APC, following the removal of Governor Mai Mala Buni of Yobe State, who has been in charge of the ruling party's caretaker committee in the last 2 years. Bello presided over a meeting of the APC Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee and state chairman of the party. In an interview with reporters at the end of a meeting with the Caretaker Committee and another with State's Chairman, Bello disclosed the State's Chairman took their oath of office today. When asked to confirm Buni's removal and his appointment as the new chairman of the Caretaker Committee, Bello said no comment. Meanwhile, in a press statement released by Senator John James, Nation Secretary, APC, Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, CECPC, he says our attention has been drawn to sponsored media reports on an imaginary leadership change in the All Progressive Congress Caretaker Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee. The media report is fake news and should be disregarded. The APC is a progressive political party guided by rules. Leadership changes are not announced by sources through name dropping in the media. We urge our team and supporters, members, and indeed the general public to remain calm and support the Governor Mai Mala Buni-led APC CECPC conduct a rancor-free and credible national convention deserving of our great party. The federal government has inaugurated a 7-man committee to renegotiate the federal government of Nigeria 2009 agreements with the university-based unions and come up with realistic and workable terms to tackle the challenges in the system. The Minister of Education, Adamu, while inaugurating the team in Abuja, urged the committee to conduct this all-important assignment with the seriousness and the urgency it deserves within 3 months, considering the ongoing industrial action by one of the unions. The renegotiation of the 2009 agreements between the federal government and the university-based staff unions, ASU, SSANU, NAAT, and NASU, commenced on Monday, 13 February 2017. However, due to a number of unforeseen circumstances, including but not limited to the COVID-19 pandemic, the exercise has unfortunately dragged on till now. The minister said the committee, which is expected to review the draft proposed federal government of Nigeria versus ASU agreement, is to consult with relevant stakeholders to finalize the position of the federal government to the issues in the draft proposed renegotiated agreement. It is also to renegotiate in realistic and workable terms the 2009 agreements with other university-based unions, while also negotiating and recommending any other issue the committee deems relevant to reposition the Nigerian universities for global competitiveness and submit proposed draft agreements within 3 months from the date of inauguration. Federal government declared today in Abuja that it will not fold its arms and allow any Nigerian to be used or be recruited as mercenaries to fight in Ukraine. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs made this known in a statement issued by its spokesperson, Francisca Omayuli. The statement said the federal government will continue to engage with the Embassy of Ukraine in Nigeria and other relevant authorities to prevent this possibility. It noted that Nigeria's decision not to allow the use or the recruitment of its citizens as mercenaries to fight in Ukraine or anywhere else in the world is in line with international laws. Former Nigerian international and Super Eagles coach Samson Siasia says he is not comfortable with the inclusion of new players in the just-released squad to face the Black Stars of Ghana in the World Cup playoff later this month. Correspondent Muhammad Sani Uba has details of this and other sports updates.
The Nigeria Football Federation on Friday released a list of 25 players and 7 on standby who have been penned down to prosecute the crucial double-header, and some noticeable new names and returnees were on it. The likes of Ogenye Onazi, who has been away from the team, got an invite. Ogene Kare Etebo returns from an injury layoff, while new faces Ademola Lukman, Akinwumi Amu are included. Super Eagles will travel to Cape Coast for the first leg that will be held on March 25. Before welcoming the Black Stars to the Mashood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja 4 days later. In another update, Manchester United interim manager Ralph Rangnick responds to Roy Keane questioning the veracity of Cristiano Ronaldo's injury, which ruled him out of the Manchester derby. Rangnick reaffirmed his faith in Manchester United's medical department and insisted he could not select a player who felt unable to play after the high-profile absence of Ronaldo in yesterday's defeat at Manchester City. City outclassed United to maintain control of the Premier League title race with an outstanding display of 4-1 at Etihad Stadium. And on cricket, the Nigeria Cricket Federation (NCF) has announced a six-nation T20 international cricket tournament scheduled to hold between March 24 to April 4 at the newly resurfaced Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval in Lagos. President of the NCF, Wi Akpata, said the event will feature Rwanda, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Gambia, Cameroon, and host country Nigeria. Muhammad Sani Uba, Freedom Radio.
The Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria on Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradionig.com. Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. At least 5 young men have been confirmed dead while excavating sand on Sunday at Bichi local government area, about 40 kilometers away from Kano metropolis. The incident occurred at Enlami village when the young men were trapped in mud some feet below the sea level to excavate sand. Tragedy, however, ensued when the victims were submerged in the deep trench, confirmed the Kano State Fire Service. The victims include Alasan Abdul Hamid, Muhammad Suleiman, Masaudu Nasiru, Jibrin Musa, and Jafaru Abdul Wahabu. Spokesman of the Fire Service, SSF Saminu, Yusuf Abdullahi, in a statement said the 5 victims were exhumed unconscious and later confirmed dead. The deceased have been handed over to the police division at Bichi with the knowledge of the village head of Enlami village. Suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police Abakari has pleaded with the Federal High Court in Abuja not to send him to prison. Kyari was arraigned today alongside other members of the Police Intelligence Response Team. In the charge marked FHC ABJ 572022, they were accused of conspiracy, obstruction, and dealing in drugs. Upon arraignment today, Kyari and 4 other defendants pleaded not guilty, while the 6th and 7th defendants pleaded guilty and begged the court to have mercy. Kanu Agabi, Kyari's lawyer, who pleaded with court on his behalf, said his client should be allowed to remain in the custody of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency pending the hearing and determination of his fresh application for bail. He also noted that the application had been filed and served on all parties, adding that the offenses against his clients, Kiari and Ubawa, were bailable. Meanwhile, the NDLA lawyer did not oppose the request that the defendants continue to stay in the custody of the agency. But the bail application was not heard because all processes were before the court. The judge ordered that the defendants continue their detention in the NDLA custody pending hearing of the bail application next Monday, March 14th. For tomorrow's weather forecast in some cities in Nigeria and parts of Niger Republic.
Kano tomorrow morning is expected to be a clear skies and light winds at an average temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and later increase to 38 degrees Celsius with sunny and a gentle breeze. Kaduna will have clear skies and light winds at 20 degrees Celsius and later tend to 35 degrees Celsius with sunny and a gentle breeze. Katsina will experience clear skies and light winds at 23 degrees Celsius and later increase to 37 degrees Celsius with sunny and a gentle breeze. Abuja is expected to be partly cloudy and light winds at 27 degrees Celsius and later tend to 35 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and light winds. Lagos will have clear skies and light winds at an average temperature of 27 degrees Celsius and later increase to 33 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and light winds. Moving to Niger Republic, Maradi will experience sunny and light winds at 25 degrees Celsius and later tend to 37 degrees Celsius with sunny and a gentle breeze. While Zindar will have the same weather conditions at 26 degrees Celsius and later 10 to 38 degrees Celsius with sunny intervals and a gentle breeze. Sunusi Shaiba Musa, Freedom Radio.
And on business, Anas Muhammad Mende has updates.
The federal government has issued the request for the proposal to intending private investors on national carrier. The Minister of Aviation Hadi Sirika stated this in a statement shared on the official Twitter handle of the ministry today. He noted that the move is part of the efforts toward diversification of the economy and to promote economic growth. He also said the federal government will give the prospective investors some weeks to respond to the request. Then an announcement will be made concerning the winning bidder. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund says countries that have a very close economic links with Ukraine and Russia are at a particular risk of scarcity and supply disruptions. He added that poor households across the world will suffer from the increase in food and fuel prices as the war persists. Reports say that Russia is among Nigeria's top 10 import trade partners between the third quarter of 2020 and the corresponding period in 2021, with a total import trade value of 993.38 billion naira. Anas Mohammed Mande, Freedom Radio.
And on the foreign scene, Russia has boycotted hearings at the United Nations highest court during which Ukraine is seeking an emergency order to halt hostilities, arguing that Moscow has falsely applied genocide law in justifying its invasion. Hearings began at the International Court of Justice in The Hague, the Netherlands, and today without legal representation for Russia. The court said it regretted Russia's non-attendance. A hearing initially set for Tuesday for Russia to present its case was expected to be cancelled. In earlier cases before the International Court of Justice, where a party did not show up to present its side, the court ruled without input from such parties. Countries have usually, but not always, followed the court's orders, which are legally binding. A spokesperson for the Russian embassy in the Netherlands did not reply to a request for comment. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said Russia's special military action is necessary to protect people who have been subjected to bullying and genocide, meaning those whose first or only language is Russian in eastern Ukraine. Ukraine said today that Russia's claim was baseless and the alleged genocide in eastern Ukraine was non-existent. We've come to the end of today's global news, but before we leave, recap of our headlines. Niger State Governor allegedly takes over All Progressive Party as acting chairman. Federal government inaugurates committee to renegotiate ASU agreement. 5 people dead while excavating sand in Kano. And on the foreign scene, Russia snubs United Nations court hearing in case brought by Ukraine. On behalf of the entire production team and I, Zahra Zannah, thank you for listening.